wondered what it would be like to stand next to a real-life mammoth. These magnificent giants roamed the earth during the last ice age, and they were truly a sight to behold. Let's journey back in time and uncover the secrets of these incredible creatures. First, let's talk When we say mammoth, most people picture the woolly mammoth, but there were actually many different species. The woolly mammoth, probably the most famous, stood about 10 to 12 feet tall at the shoulder. That's about the same height as a modern African elephant, but they were much stockier and more robustly built. Imagine a supersized furry elephant. And you're getting close. They weighed a massive 4 to 6 tons. That's like having 3 or 4 cars stacked on top of each other. But a woolly mammoth wasn't even the biggest of its kind. That title goes to the steppe mammoth. This absolute giant could reach heights of up to 14 feet at the shoulder and weigh over 10 tons. It was one of the largest land mammals to have ever lived. Standing next to one would have been a truly humbling experience. Now, let's talk about their most iconic feature. Their fur. The woolly mammoth was perfectly adapted for the freezing cold of the Ice Age. It had a double coat of fur. The outer layer consisted of long, coarse-scarred hairs, some of which could be over 3 feet long. This shaggy overcoat acted like a protective blanket, shielding them from wind, snow, and rain. Beneath this, they had a shorter, softer, and incredibly dense undercoat that provided insulation, trapping body heat and keeping them warm in sub-zero temperatures. The color of their fur varied, ranging from blonde and reddish-brown to dark brown and black, much like human hair. Another standout feature was their tusks. And these weren't just any tusks. They were enormous, curved, and could grow up to 16 feet long in large males. Unlike elephant tusks, which usually curve downwards, mammoth tusks had a distinct spiral curve, sweeping outwards and then back in towards the center. These weren't just for show. Mammoths used their impressive tusks for a variety of tasks. They were formidable weapons for fending off predators like saber-toothed cats and tame lions. They were also used in fights between males for dominance and mating rights. And, very cleverly, they used their tusks like giant snowplows, sweeping away snow and ice to uncover the grasses, herbs, and shrubs they ate. What was on the menu for a mammoth? They were herbivores, spending a huge portion of their day up to 20 hours just eating. They needed to consume around 400 pounds of vegetation every single day to fuel their massive bodies. Their diet consisted mainly of grasses and sedges. But they would also eat flowering plants, shrubs, and even the bark from trees. We know this from studying the fossilized dung and the contents of preserved stomachs found in frozen mammoth carcasses. Their teeth were perfectly suited for this tough, fibrous diet. They had large, ridged molars that acted like grinding stones, pulverizing tough plant material. Throughout their lifetime, a mammoth would go through 6 sets of these As one set wore down from all that grinding, a new set would move forward from the back of the jaw to replace it. Let's look at some other clever adaptations. Mammoths had relatively small ears and tails compared to their elephant relatives. This was a crucial adaptation to minimize heat loss in the frigid climate. Larger ears, like those of an African elephant, are great for radiating heat in a hot environment. But in the Ice Age, you wanted to conserve every bit of warmth you could. They also had a large shoulder hump. This wasn't made of bone, but was a combination of fat and muscle. This hump served as a vital energy reserve, storing fat that they could draw upon during the harsh winters when food was scarce, similar to the hump of a camel. Beneath their skin they had a thick layer of fat up to 4 inches thick, which provided even more insulation against the biting cold. And on their head they had a unique dome-shaped skull. This shape, combined with their powerful neck muscles, helped support the immense weight of their giant tusks. How did they live? Fossil evidence suggests that mammoths were social animals, living in herds led by an older, experienced female. Much like modern elephants, these herds would have consisted of females and their young. The males, upon reaching maturity, would likely have left the herd to live either alone or in small bachelor groups. These family groups would migrate across the vast, treeless plains of the mammoth steppe, following the seasonal growth of vegetation. Their trunks were another incredible tool. Just like modern elephants, a mammoth's trunk was a fusion of the nose and upper lip, packed with muscles and incredibly versatile. It was strong enough to uproot small trees, yet delicate enough to pick a single flower. They used it for breathing, smelling, drinking, and grabbing food. At the end of the woolly mammoth's trunk were 2 finger-like projections, which gave them even more dexterity for manipulating small objects. So, what happened to these amazing creatures? Most mammoth species went extinct around 10,000 years ago, at the end of the last ice age. The reasons are complex and still debated by scientists. But it's likely a combination of factors. The climate was rapidly changing. As the planet warmed, the glaciers retreated, and the vast grassy plains of the mammoth steppe were replaced by forests and wetlands. This dramatic change in habitat meant a loss of their primary food source. At the same time, early humans were becoming increasingly effective hunters. With sophisticated stone-tipped spears and group hunting strategies, humans preyed on mammoths for their meat, hides, and bones. This hunting pressure, combined with the stress of a changing environment, likely pushed the mammoths over the edge. However, a small, isolated population of woolly mammoths on Wrangel Island in the Arctic Ocean managed to survive for thousands of years longer, finally disappearing only about 4,000 years ago. That means they were still alive while the Great Pyramids were being built in Egypt. The story of the mammoth is a powerful reminder of a lost world, a world dominated by ice and giants. From their shaggy coats and colossal tusks to their social lives and ultimate demise, they continue to fascinate us. These incredible animals are a testament to the power of evolution and a poignant symbol of the dramatic changes our planet has undergone. The legacy of the mammoth lives on in the fossils they left behind, giving us a window into the magnificent prehistory of our world. Thanks for joining me on this journey back to the Ice Age. If you enjoyed learning about the mighty mammoth, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures into the past. See you next time.